Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Today we're going to review a product that I ordered for the shop here. The first of a multi-layer system to give myself a little bit of security here for the 3 bays. The 1 bay, the shop, paint shop, paint booth bay is kind of segregated off to the side here. So as a multi-layer system, the first part of it is going to be this Lamtto Sentinel system. Now this is made for home or automobile. It is a dual camera 4G, so it's run off of cell towers. It's not run off of Bluetooth or hook it up to the internet. This is strictly through your phone and an app that you have to download. And this will trigger if there's any type of an event, motion, shock from being bumped. Sort of pop into this location through the app on my phone and check in on things periodically as well. So again, made for auto, made for home. You can mount it to the windshield and it has the dual forward and rear facing camera that can record in the car in motion or while you're away from the car on vacation. This will sense any type of action or incident, and when you're not there, this runs off of low power mode, and it does get plugged into your OBD2 port, or you can use OBD2 port or the USB-C to keep this powered up. And again, it will run on low mode when you're not with the vehicle, and it senses that the vehicle is powered down, but will power up and start to record and get everything you need in case it senses an incident. So let's do the unboxing first, and then I'll show you how it would get hooked up to a car. I'm going to eventually just mount it somewhere here at the shop. You can hook up multiple units once the app is downloaded and it's paired to your phone, and that's what I plan on doing, have some inside, outside, all over the place. Again, it's the Lamtto Sentinel monitoring system, dual action camera, front and rear. It looks like this is right side up. Right off the bat, your user manual instructions. Comes with a SIM card, everything you need to get started. Here's the unit on top. You could scan this for, it'll take you to the website or probably Amazon. The camera facing rear, camera facing forward. This would be your mount. And it tilts so you can get it up on the windshield and, the angle of the windshield, and have this level so it's looking forward and back. Power buttons, almost like a little turret. Power cables. Like I said, one of these is going to go to the OBD2 port. That's one way you can keep this thing fired up. And it also lets the unit know when you're driving and when you're away from the car and it's shut off and powered down, so it can go into low power mode. And that, again, USB-C. If you want to use this for home, just get a power cord with USB-C only, without this hookup here to your OBD2 port. And that's how you would keep it fired up and powered up at home. Thoughtful enough to give some tie wraps so you can keep the wiring clean in your vehicle. Double-sided tape and a mount. This would go on the windshield, and then it will click in to the swivel mount right here, and that's how it would hang from the glass. and then just some other mounting hardware and a pin. If you're going to use this and power it up through your OBD2 port, this diagram here shows the different makes and models where it would be located. Most of them are going to be right under the dash, under the steering wheel, near the gas pedals, the brake pedal, or the handbrake area. Some are near the center console. Some are on the passenger side. So this diagram will help you there. I also wanted to show you here the radar detection. It will detect 3 to 5 meters away from the front of the vehicle, from the front of the window, 1 meter on the outside or either side, and half a meter back past the rear window. Right off the bat, you want to download the UBoxPro app, and that will sort of run the system. That'll be the gateway to look into your vehicle or gain access to the unit from a remote area, and all you do is scan that with your phone. It'll take you right to the app where you can start to download it. Okay, so this is the UBoxPro app downloading. That'll take some time. I do have the camera plugged in, and every once in a while you will hear it say it is ready to pair with the phone. Let's just, we have to give some time for the app to download first. All right, so we do have some LED lights that indicate the power. There's four or five altogether, so it's got a low charge to it. On the front and the back of the camera, the lens, there is plastic to peel off. The protection for shipping, you go ahead and peel that off. And on the other side. The app is now downloaded. Let's open it up. It's going to ask you your location. Then you have to, enter a password and email, all that stuff. All right, allow the UBoxPro to find Bluetooth devices. I'd like to send you, well, whatever. And then here we are.
Enter a new address or press enter to use your default address.
So here it's going to give you a choice. If you just want to leave it as is, it's going to be labeled as your car Sentry surveillance or home, and then you can rename it. You can rename. Yeah, I know it's ready to begin pairing. You can rename it any way you'd like to. Either one. Front door, living room, back door, completely up to you.
Device is connected. Please wait. The equipment has been added successfully.
Very quick, very easy so far. And it looks like you're ready to go. And there is your video. So before we get into installing it in the car and then seeing how it works with the camera, will be in a different room. Let's go over the features and all of the buttons and the speakers and where everything is located on the unit itself first. These are the speakers. That's where that sound was coming from up there. On this side here, we have your TF card slot. Next to that is the SIM card slot. It already comes with a card. These are reset buttons. There's also a microphone or microphone hole. The charging port, obviously. Privacy mode, manual footage lock buttons. This here is the rear camera, front camera lens. This is a fixed spindle. This is where you'll mount onto the windshield if you decide to make it protection for your car. Front radar detection, rear radar detection. Now, I'll tell you right off, you do need to choose a data plan, and once you have it hooked up to the app, it will pop up and you get to choose a plan that works for you. Hold that in front. This is what's going to, these are the options that it will give you for the Sentry device, and you just pick whatever is right for you. To mount this, clean the inside of the windshield wherever you want to stick it, right below the mirror, just so you're not blocking any other sensors that are actually already on the vehicle itself. Peel that off. Make an angle. And right here, we could just adjust, make sure it's level. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want the camera to be going straight out the front, straight out the back. Now the OBD2 port for this is right underneath on the right side of my knee, right below the ignition button or the ignition switch. So then this wire will come up right up, and you can tie it together with all the other 3,000 wires we have in this thing if this is where you were going to put it. And then plug it into the port. And then this thing right here goes and plugs right into the OBD2 port. And now it is running off of the power of the car itself. Let's see the app. And there you have it. You got a front view, you got a back view.
These small tabs here on the bottom of the window here that shows you the surveillance recording shows you different functions of what the app kind of offers. So the first one over here, of course, is kind of self-explanatory, gives you a bit of like a snapshot of live feed. If you see like there's someone carjacking or maybe someone else that shouldn't be in your car, you can take a picture and then have that as evidence. Same thing with the recorder tab there. You press that, you can basically save a small segment of live feed onto your album.
Like if somebody cuts you off and throws it in reverse and makes it look like you rear-ended them, you could take that footage to court, and that'll end it right there.
Yep.
So if we had this hanging in the shop and somebody was in here, I could talk through the phone and it'll come out of those speakers out of the top of the unit. There's speakers up here, so you can, if you have an intruder, or if say somebody was in the shop and you wanted to speak to them, you could do it through this.
Yep. And then you can also disable audio with just a tap on the bottom here, and then review some of the footage. Since we have a SIM card, we don't need to worry about any cloud storage, but if it does have any cloud storage, or if you have it enabled, the service, you can actually save almost every single recording that you had onto the cloud. So they can just pull it from the cloud instead of having to rely on local storage.
This thing records on a loop, and depending on which monthly subscription you go for, if you do at all, you could record by incident per month, per year, every 30 days, 60 days, however you want to do it. And it also is a great way to keep what you record stored in case there is an incident where you needed to take this footage to court. Somebody, if somebody cuts in front of you, jams on the brakes, and you run into them, and they're trying to say you ran into the back of them being your fault, you could take that footage, and that's going to end that case quickly. And that's just a small example of what it can do for an automobile, and you can imagine what it can do for home use and here at the shop as well, using it as security. Guys, we just gave you the basics of what this thing can do. You can really go in and get a lot more detail and do a lot more things with this unit. What's really neat, on the picture, on the video, it also has your GPS locations. So there is no question whatsoever, say you have to use this in court, exactly where you were, when you were there. And I mean, it's just cut and dry. Excellent for liability. And I mean, if you're going to use it in a car and the unit's going to be mobile, that's going to be very important. If you have any questions, down in the comment section, like I said, I'm going to use this one and tie it in with other ones here at the shop. For the time being, we'll see how it goes. If this works for me, like if it doesn't drive me crazy and alert my phone every 5 seconds as leaves blow by the front of the door, the front of the glass window, I may keep using it. We'll see how it goes. If you have any questions, down in the comment section. Again, this is the Lamtto Sentinel front and rear camera monitoring system for both home and auto. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video.